A Ballad of a Boston Tea Party by Oliver Wendell Holmes. No, never such a draught was poured since Sape served of nectar the bright Olympians and the Lord, her overkind protector. Since Father Noah squeezed the grape and took to such behaving as would have shamed her grandsire A before the days of shaving, and there was mingled such a draught in palace hall or arbor as Freeman brewed and tyrants quaffed, as Freeman brewed and tyrants quaffed, that night in Boston harbor. It kept King George so long awake his brain at last got addled, it made the nerves of Britain shake with 70 millions settled. Before that bitter cup was drained amid the roar of cannon, western war clouds crimson stained the Thames, the Clyde, the Shannon. Full many a 6-foot grenadier the flattened grass had measured, and many a mother, many a year, had tearful memories treasured. Fast spread the tempest's darkening pall, the storm broke loose, but first of all the Boston teapot bubbled. An evening party. Only that, no formal invitation, no gold-laced coat, no stiff cravat, no feast and contemplation, no sacred dames, no fiddling band, no flowers, no songs, no dancing. A tribe of red men, axe in hand, behold the guests advancing. How fast the stragglers joined the throng from stall and workshop gathered, while every barber skips along and leaves a chin half-levered. The smith has flung his hammering down, the horse so still is glowing, the truant taps died the crown, as left the beer cask flowing. The cobbler's boys have dropped the eights, and trotted behind their master. Up round that hay shipyard lads, the crowd is hurrying faster. Out from the mill ponds pearly as gush, the streams of white-faced millers, and down their slippery alleys rush the lusty young fort hellers. Rowpork lends its pendrous crew, that haughty seas the omen. Our boys you'd soon have work to do for England's rebel foemen. King Hancock, Adams and their gang, at fire mob for treason, and these we shoot and those we hang, the town will come to reason. On to where the tea-ships ride, and other ranks are forming. A rush, and up the Dartmouth side, where the Morg band is swarming. See the fierce natives, with a glimpse of pain through and feathers, as all at once the full-grown imps light on the deck together. A scarf the pigtailed secret keeps, a blanket hides the breaches, and out the cursed cargo leaps, and overboard it pitches. A woman at the evening board, so gracious, sweet, and puring, slappy while the tea is poured, to blessed with spoons are stirring. The Martha can compare with the mother, wife, or daughter, that night instead of best woo hair, condemned to milk and water. Our little dreams, the quiet dame, who plays with rock and spindle with patient flex, how great the flame your little spark shall kindle. When low at morning shall reveal the fire no king can smother, where British flint and Boston steel have clashed against each other. Our charters shrivel in its track, as worship's bench has crumbled. It climbs and clasps the Union Jack, its blazoned pomp is humbled. A flag out down on land and sea, like corn before the reapers, so but the fire that brewed the tea that Boston served to keep us. The waves that roared a century's wreck have rolled our wick and toy. Our harks on the Dartmouth's deck still live in song and story. The waters in the rebel bay have kept the tea-leaf savour. Our old northern Indians in their spray still taste the hyacinth flavour. And freedom's teacup still overflows with ever-fresh libations, to cheat of slumber all the foes, and cheer the wakening nations. A Birthday Tribute by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Who is the shepherd sent to lead through pastures green the master's sheep? What killers is your lead indeed, without that flock may watch and keep? He who with manliest spirit joins the heart of gentlest human mould, of burning light and greeded loins to guide the flock or watch the fold. True to all truth the world denies, not tongue-tied for its guilted sin, not always right in all men's eyes, but faithful to the light within. Asks for meat, earthly fame, or knows no earthly master's call, hopes for man through guilt and shame still answering, God is over all. Makes another's grief his own, whose smile lends joy a double cheer. Where lives the saint, if such be known, speak softly, such an one as he. Our faithful shepherd hath ours borne the heat burden of the day. O'er thee, bright with beams unshorn, the sun still shows thine onward way. To thee our fragrant laugh we bring, and buds that April hafters played, sweet firstborn angels of spring, caught in the opening hymn of praise. What if our faltering accents fail, our captives now the message will, our words unbreathed their lips exhaled, and sigh more love than ours can tell. A Hymn of Peace by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Angel of peace, thou hast wandered too long. Spread thy white wings to the sunshine of love. Come when our voices are blended in song. Fly to our ark like the storm-beaten dove. Fly to our ark on the wings of a dove. Speed over the far-sounding billows of song, crowned with thine olive-leaf garland of love. Angel of peace, thou hast waited too long. Joyous we meet on this altar of wine, mingling the gifts we have gathered for thee. Sweet with your doors of myrtle and pine, breeze of a prairie and breath of a sea. Meadow and mountain and forest and sea. Sweet is the fragrance of myrtle and pine, sweeter the incense we offer to thee. Brothers once more round this altar of wine. Angels of Bethlehem, answer the strain. Hark, a new bright song is filling the sky. Loud as the storm wind that tumbles the main, with the full breath of the organ reply. Let the loud tempest of voices reply, roll its long surge like the earth-shaking main. Swell the vast song till it mounts to the sky. Angels of Bethlehem, echo the strain. A Sunday Hymn by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Lord of all being, frowned afar, where glow flames from sun and star. Centre and soul of every sphere, yet to each loving heart how near. Sun of our life, a quickening ray, sheds on our powerful glow of day. Star of our hope, where softened light cheers the long watches of the night. Our midnight is thy smile withdrawn, our noontide is thy gracious dawn. Our rainbow arc thy mercy's sign, all save the clouds of sin are thine. Lord of all life, below, above, whose light is truth, whose warmth is love. Before thy ever-blazing throne we ask no lust of our own. Grant us thy truth to make us free, and kindling hearts that burn for thee, where all the living altars claim one holy light, one heavenly flame. A toast to Wilkie Collins by Oliver Wendell Holmes. The painter's and the poet's fame shed with thrilling lustre round his name, to gild our storyteller's art, where each in turn must play his part. What scenes from Wilkie's pencil sprung, the minstrel saw, but left unsung. What shapes the pen of Collins drew, no painter clad in living hue. On our artist's shadowy screen, a stranger miracle is seen. When priest unveils or pilgrim seeks, the poem breathes, the picture speaks. And so his double name comes true, where Christian better than they knew, and art proclaims him twice a son, painter and poet, both in one. Out of a Curfew by Oliver Wendell Holmes. The play is over, the light yet lingers in the darkening hall, come to say a last good night with the final exeunt all. We gather once a joyous throng, the jovial toasts went gaily round, with jest and laugh and shout and song amid the floors and walls resound. We come with feeble steps and slow, a little band of 4 or 5, left from the wrecks of long ago, so pleased to find ourselves alive. Alive, for living, too, are they, whose memories it is ours to share. Spread the long table's full array, where sit the ghosts in every chair. When breathing a form no more, alas, where those slender grope we see, with him we still remaining, the class, without his presence, what are we? The hand we ever loved to clasp, the tireless hand which knew no rest, loosed from affection's clinging grasp, lies nevertheless on the peaceful breast. The beaming eye, the cheering voice would lend to life a generous glow, whose every meaning says, rejoice, we see we hear no more below. The air seems darkened by his lost earth's shadowed features, look less fair. Heavy weights the daily cross, his willing shoulders helpless bear. While mourn with we, the favored few, whom grasping time so long has spared, life's sweet illusions to pursue, the common lot of age have shared. And every pulse of friendship's heart, there breathes unfelt a throb of pain, and all must rend its links apart through years and years of forged chain. So ends the boys, a lifelong play, we too must hear the prompter's call, to fair scenes and brighter day, farewell, I let the curtain fall. Angel of Peace by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Angel of Peace, thou hast wandered too long, spread my wider wings to the sunshine of love. Come, while our voices are blended in song, fly to our ark like the storm-beaten dove. Fly to our ark on the wings of a dove, speed over far-sounding billows of song. Crowned with the olive-leaf garland of love, Angel of Peace, thou hast waited too long. Brothers, we meet on this altar of wine, mingling the gifts we have gathered for thee. Sweet with the odors of myrtle and pine, breeze of the prairie and breath of the sea. Meadow and mountain and forest and sea, sweet is the fragrance of myrtle and pine, sweet the incense we offer to thee. Brothers, once more round this altar of wine. Angels of Bethlehem, answer the strain, a new birth song is filling the sky. Loud with the storm wind that humbles the main, bid the full breath of your origin reply. Loud let the tempest of voices reply, roll its long surge like the earth-shaking main, swell the vast song till it mounts to the sky. Angels of Bethlehem, echo the strain. At a birthday festival by Oliver Wendell Holmes. We will not speak of years tonight, for what have years to bring but larger floods of love and light and sweeter songs to sing? We will not drown in worldly praise the kindly thoughts that rise, a friendship on our tender phrase, it reads in our eyes. We need not waste a schoolboy art to kill this notch of time. Give me of my wayward heart has throbbed an artless rhyme. And now for him the silent grasp that knits us hand in hand, till the bracelets radiant clasp that locks our circling band. Strength to his hours of many toil, peace to his starlit dreams, who loves like thoughts soil the music-haunted streams. Sweet smiles to keep forever bright, with sunshine on his lips, faith that sees the ring of light round nature's last eclipse. Cacoethes Scribendi by Oliver Wendell Holmes. For all the trees and all the woods of a man, and each and every blade of grass or pen, every leaf from every shrub and tree turned to a sheet of foolscap, every sea that changed to ink, and all earth's living tribes had nothing else to do but act as scribes, and for 10,000 ages day and night the human race should write and write and write. All the pens and paper were used up, and the huge inkstand was an empty cup. Still would the scribblers clustered round its brim call for more pens, more paper, and more ink. Daily Trials by Sensitive Man by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Or there are times when all this fret and tumult that we hear to seem more stale than to the Saxon's ear as Arundel shims. Ding dong, ding dong, the world is in a simmer like a sea over a pen volcano, woe is me all the day long. Crypt to shroud, earth's our cradles, scream of a lullaby, and friends in boots tramp round us as we die, snuffling aloud. At morning's call the small-voiced pug dog welcomes in the sun, and fleet mongrels, wakening one by one, give answer all. Evening then draws round us, then the lonely caterwaul tarts sword duet, and general squall these our hymns. Warm with tons, polar needles, even on the jar, men plugless word spouts, whose deep fountains are within the lungs. Children with drums strip round them by the fond paternal, palpitates with blade of grass between the thumbs. Vagrants whose arts have caged some devil in their mad machine, which grinding squeaks of husky grounds between come out by starts. Cockney that kill thin horses of a Sunday, men with clams horses, as young bisons drawing for the dams from hill to hill. Soldiers with guns making a nuisance of the blessed air, child crying them and children in despair, screeching for buns. Storms, thunders, waves howl crash, and below till you get your fill. Sometimes rest, whenever can be still, but in their graves. Departed Days by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Yes, dear departed, cherished days, cloud memory's hand restore your morning light, your evening rays, from time's great urn once more, when might this restless heart be still, this straining eye might close, and hope of fainting pinions fold where the fair phantoms rose. But like a child in ocean's arms we strive against the stream, each moment farther from the shore where life's young fountains gleam, each moment fainter wave the fields and wider rolls the sea. The mist grows dark, the sun goes down, day breaks, and where are we? Dorothy Q by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Grandmother was a mother, her age I guess 13 summers or something less, girlish bust with wombly hair, smooth square foreheaded with uprolled hair, lips that lover has never kissed, taper fingers and slender wrist, hanging sleeves of stiff brocade, with a plain little maid. On her hand a parrot green sits unmoving and brood serene, out of the canvas full in view, look, where's a rent the light shines through. Dark with a century's fringe of dust, it was a redcoat's rapier thrust. Such the tale the lady old, Dorothy's daughter's daughter told. Though the painter was none may tell, one whose best was not over well. Hard and dry, it must be confessed, flat as a rose that has long been pressed. In her cheek the hues are bright, dainty colours of red and white, a slender shape as seen, hint and promise of stately mien. Look not on her with eyes of scorn, Dorothy Q was a lady born. I since the galloping Normans came, England's annals have known her name, and still to the free-haired rebel town adheres with ancient names renowned for many a civic wreath they won, the youthful sire and the grey-haired son. A damsel Dorothy Q, strange the gift that I owe to you, such a gift as never a king save to daughter or son might bring, or my tenure of heart and hand, or my title to house and land, mother and sister and child and wife and joy and sorrow and ever life. What if 100 years ago those close-shut lips had answered no? And if off a tremulous question came that cost the main and Norman name, and under the folds that looks so still, a wonder swelled with a bosom's thrill, would it be I, or would it be 1/10 another to 9/10 me? Soft as the breath of maidens, yes. Not the light gossamer stirs with less. Whenever a cable that howls so fast, for the battles of wave and blast, never an echo of speech or song would listen the babbling air so long. There were tones and the voice that whispered when you may hear today in 100 men. O lady and lover, how faint and fair your images hover, here we are, solid and stirring in flesh and bone, Everett's and Dorothy's, all their own, a goodly record for time to show of syllables spoken so long ago. Shall bless you, Dorothy, or forgive for the tender whisper that bade me live. It should be a blessing, my little maid. I will hear the step of redcoat's blade, freshen the gold of the tarnished frame, and gild with rhyme your household name. So you should smile on us brave and bright as first you greeted the morning's light, and live untroubled by woes and fears for the second youth of 100 years. Edward Everett, Our First Citizen, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Winter's cold drift lies glistening o'er his breast, for him no spring shall with relief unfold. What love could speak, by sudden grief oppressed, what swiftly summoned memory tell is told. Even as the bells in one consenting chime filled with their sweet vibrations all the air, so joined all voices in that mournful time his genius wisdom virtuous to declare. What place is left for words of measured praise? The calm-eyed history, with her iron pen, grooves in the unchanging rock the final phrase that shapes images in the souls of men. Yet while the echoes still repeat his name, while countless stanzas full-orbed life rehearse, love, by its beating pulses taught, will claim the breath of song, the tuneful throb of verse. Verse that, in never-changing ebb and flow, moves like the labouring heart, with rush and rest, or swings in solemn cadence, sad and slow, like the tide heaving of a grief-worn breast. This was a mind surrounded so complete, no partial gift of nature in excess, but like a single stream where many meet, each a separate talent counted something less. A little hillock, if it lonely stand, holds over fields an undisputed reign, while the broad summit of a tableland seems with its belt of clouds a level plain. Servants of all his powers, a faithful slave, unsleeping memory, strengthening with his toils to ever other task his shoulder gave, and loaded every day with golden spoils. Order of the law of heaven was frowned supreme, or action, instinct, impulse, feeling, thought. True as the dial shadowed to the beam, each hour was equal to the charge it brought. Too large his compass for his nicer skill, that awaits the word of science grain by grain, or realms of knowledge owned the mastering will that claim the franchise of its whole domain. Earth, air, sea, sky, the elemental fire, art, history, song, what meanings lie in each, found in his cunning hand a stringless lyre, and poured the mingling music through speech. Whence flowed those anthems of our festal days, whose ravishing division held apart the lips of listening throngs in sweet amaze, moved in all breasts the selfsame human heart. Subdued his accents, as of one who tries to press some care, some haunted sadness down, a smile half shadow, and a stranger eyes, the kingly forehead wore an iron crown. He was not armed to wrestle with a storm, to fight for homely truth of vulgar power. Grace looked from every feature, shaped his form, rose of academy, perfect flower. Such was the stately scholar, whom we knew in those ere days of soul-enslaving calm, with a blast of northern vengeance blew, as now with paean against the southern palm. God forgive us, did we hold the cheap, the heart we might have known, but would not see, and look to find the nation's fire asleep, with the hour forgives the mean. Wrong is past, we gave him up to death, with all the hero's honour round his name. Mothers coined their blood, he coined his breath, and dimmed the scholars in the patriot's flame. So shall we blazon on the shafty race, telling our grief, our pride, to unborn years. You had lived, the mark of all men's praise, and died with a tribute of a nation's tears. Farewell to James Russell Lowell, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Farewell, for the bark is here pressed to the tide, and the rough arms of ocean are stretched for his bride. Winds from the mountain stream over the bay, and clasp of the head, then away and away. I see the tall mast, as it rocky by the shore, the sun is declining, I see it once more. Today like the blade in the thick waving field, tomorrow the spike on a Highlander's shield. Alone where the cloud pours its treacherous breath, with the blue lips all round her whose kisses are death. I think not the breeze that is urging her sail has left her unaided to strive with the gale. There are hopes that play round her, like fires on the mast, and will light the dark hour till its danger has passed. There are prayers that will plead with the storm when it raves, and whisper, "Be still," to the turbulent waves. Nay, think not that friendship has called us in vain to join the fair ring ere we break it again. There's strength in its circle, you loosen the bright star, but its sisters still chain it for shining afar. Give you one health and the juice of the wine, a blood of a vineyard shall mingle with mine. Thus let us drain the last dew drops of gold, as we empty our hearts and the blessings they hold. For the services in memory of Abraham Lincoln, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. O thou soul and sense and breath, the ever-present giver, unto thy mighty angel, death, all flesh thou dost deliver. What most we cherish we resign, for life and death alike are wine, who reignest Lord forever. Our hearts lie buried in the dust, the hymns are true and tender, the patriot's stay, the people's trust, the shield of the offender. Yet every murmuring voice is still, as bowing to thy sovereign will, our best loved we surrender. Dear Lord, with pitying eye behold this mere generation, which row through trials manifold, art showing wise salvation. How let the blood by murder spilled wash out thy stricken children's guilt, and sanctify our nation. When woe, thy orphaned Israel's friend, forsake thy people never, and one our broken many blend, that none again may sever. Hear us, O Father, while we raise with trembling lips our song of praise, and bless thy name forever. For Whittier's 70th birthday, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. I believe that the copies of verses I have spun like Shredrada's tales are 1,001. You remember the story of his mornings in bed towards the turn of a copper at tail or head. A doom like Shredrada's falled upon me, and the men at the sternest silence decree. My flaws in verse, and what would people say if I came to banquet without my bouquet? It is trying, no doubt, and the company knows just the look and the smell of each lily and rose, the green of each leaf and the springs that bring in the shape of a bunch and the knot of a string. Yes, style is the man, and the nip of one's pen makes the same mark as 20 and 10. It is so in all matter, if truth may be told, at one look at the cast he can tell you the mode. How we all know each other, no use in disguise, for houds in the mask comes with leisure the eyes. We can tell by his somewhat each one of his tribe, as we know the old hate which we cannot describe. On Hebrew in Sanskrit and Clarke, you white, sweet singer who gave us the voices of night, from Bascanal's slipper your song may be shot, a velvet verse with Evangeline trot. You should say, Cacoethes, we know it is you, where's one voice like that, but there cannot be two. Maestro, whose chant like dulcimer rings, and the woods will be hushed, the nightingale sings. And he, so serene, so majestic, so true, whose temple the pearl of the planet shine through, and is catched but 5 words from that mystical pen, we should know our own sage from all children of men. And here's bright image no distance can dim, for 100 disguises we can't mistake him, whose play's all earnest, whose wit is the edge, with the beetle behind, of a shame-spitting wedge. Do you know we sent you, Hidalgos of Spain? Do you know your old friends when you see them again? Who there was Sancho, your dons of Madrid, but Sancho that wielded the lance of the Cid? And the wood thrush of Essex, you know whom I mean, whose song echoes round us while he sits unseen, whose heart throbs of verse for memories thrill, like a breath from the wood, like a breeze from the hill. So fervid, so simple, so loving, so pure, here but one strain, no verdict is sure. We cannot elude us, no further we search, 'tis holy George Herbert, cut loose from his church. I think it's the voice of a surf that sings, alas, remember that angels have wings. What story is this of the day of his birth? Let him live to 100, we want him on earth. One life has been paid him in gold by the sun, one account has been scored and another begun, but never will die if he lingers below, till we've paid him in love half the balance we owe. Francis Parkman, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Rest from toil the portals of a tomb, close in the last of those unwearying hands, above the pictured webs and history's loom, rest the memories of 3 distant lands. Unwrought the record of a royal pair who saw the great discoverer sail unfurled, happy as more the regal prize to share the spoils of the wonders of the sunset world. There, too, he found his theme, uprearing anew, eyes beheld the vanished Aztec shrines, all the silver splendors of Peru that lured the conqueror to the fatal means. No less remembered he who told the tale of the empire wrested from the strangling sea, of legion's woe that turned his readers pale, the prize of unborn freedom yet to be. Who taught the new world, what the old could teach, whose silent hero, peerless as our own, by deeds that mocked the feeble breath of speech called up to life a state without the throne. As year by year his tapestry unrolled, what of riot wealth his growing length displayed, of what long procession, flamed in cloth of gold, what stately forms their flowing robes arrayed. Not such the scenes so little craftsman drew, not such the shapes his darker pattern held. A deeper shadow lent its sober hue, a sadder tale his tragic task compared. He told a red man's story far and wide, he searched the unwritten records of his race, he sat a listener at the sun's side, he tracked the hunter through his wildwood chase. Her eyes held the song eagle screamed, the wolf-song howl rang nightly through the vale, tramped the long bear, the panther's eyeballs gleamed, the bison's gallop thundered on the gale. Soon on the horizon rose a cloud of strife, two proud, strong nations battling for the prize, which a swarming host should mould a nation's life, which royal banner filled the western skies. Long ranged the conflict on the crimson sod, native and alien joined the hosts on wane. Lilies thither their lion trod, their peace lay panting on the ravaged plain. A noble task was there, who strove to win the bloodstained heath and the Christian foe, to free from Satan's clutch the slaves of sin, that their labours too with loving grace he'd hold. Holding the feathered step, bending o'er the sweet breath and roses which he loved so well, a full long years his burning cross he bore, from those firm lips and cold accents before. A brave, bright memory, his stainless shield, nor shame defaces and no envy's wars. When our far future's record is unsealed, his name will shine among its morning stars. God Save the Flag, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. washed in the blood of the brave and the blooming, snatched from the altars of insolent foes, burning with starfires but never consuming, flesh its broad ribbons of lily and rose. Vainly the prophets of Baal would rend it, vainly its worshippers pray for its fall. Thousands have died for it, millions defended, emblem of justice and mercy to all. Justice that reddens the sky with her terrors, mercy that comes with a white-handed train, soothing all passions, redeeming all errors, chafing the sabre and breaking the chain. Borne on the deluge of all usurpations, drifting our ark over the desolate seas, bearing a rainbow of hope to the nations, torn from the storm cloud and flung to the breeze. God bless the flag and its loyal defenders, while its broad folds over the battlefield wave, till the dim star-ray through kindled splendors, washed from its stains in the blood of the brave.
Harvard by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Changeless in beauty, rose hues on the cheek, old walls, old trees, old memories all around, lent her unfading youth a charm antique, until the mystic light a holy ground. Here the lost dove, a leaf of promise found, where the new morning showed its blushing streak. Far over water she had crossed to seek the bleak white shore and billowy forests drowned. Mother of scholars, on a rising frown, and elder sisters look benin and down. England's proud twins, and they whose cloisters own the fame of Everett, the scarlet gown, that laughing rebels wore, and yet outgrown, and their forehead placed the new world's crown. Amid the funeral service of Charles Sumner, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Once more your sacred towers, your solemn dirges sound. Strew loving hands the April flowers, once more to take his mount. A nation mourns its dead, its soaring voices one, as Israel's monarch bowed his head and cried, my son, my son. Why mourn for him? For him the welcome angel came, yet his eye with age was dim, more bent his stately frame. His weapon still was bright, his shield was lifted high, to slay a wrong, to save a right, what happy hour to die. For orderst all things well, the servant's work was done, he lived to hear oppressions near, the shouts of freedom won. Hark from the opening skies, the anthem's echoing swell. O morning land, lift up thine eyes, God reigneth, all is well. I like you and I love you, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. I like you and I love you, face to face. The path was narrow and we could not pass. I like you, smiled, I love you, cried, alas, and so we halted for a little space. Then we won't go before, I love you, said. Down the green pathway, bright with many a flower, deep in the valley low, my bridal bower awaits me. But I like you, shook his head. And while we lingered on the spawn-white shelf that shaped the pathway round the rocky ledge, I like you, bared his icy dagger's edge, and first he slew, I love you, when himself. In memory of J.W. by Oliver Wendell Holmes. No mystic charm, no mortal art can bid our loved compassion stay. The bands that clasp them to our heart snap in death's frost and fall apart. Like shadows fading with the day, they pass away. The young are stricken in their pride, the old, long tottering, faint and fall. Master and scholar, side by side, through the dark portal's silent glide, and open life's mouldering wall and close on all. Our friends, our teacher's task was done, the mercy called them from on high, and a cloud within the sun of setting hours had just begun, and darker days were drawing nigh, was time to die. A whiter soul, a fairer mind, a life with pure course and aim, a gentler eye, a voice more kind, we may not look on earth to find. The love that lingers ours names more than fame. These blood-red summers ripen fast, the suns are older than the sighs, and yet the tree to earth is cast, the sapling falls before the blast. Life's ashes keep their covered fires, its flame expires. Struck by the noiseless, viewless foe, with deadlier breath than shoot or shell, as laid the best and bravest low, his boy, or bright in morning's glow, at high-soiled youth he loved so well until he fell. Yet still he wore his blessed smile, and trusted in the cheering creed that strives so sore to beguile, walked calmly on his way a while. A breast that leans on breaking reed must ever bleed. So they both left us, sire and son, for opening leaf of laden bow. The youth whose race was just begun, the man whose course was run, its record written on his brow, are brothers now. Brothers, the music of his sound breathes softly through my closing strain. The flowery treat in holy ground for gentle spirits hovering round, our fair circle joins again its broken chain. In memory of John Greenleaf Whittier, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Thou too hast left us, while with heads bowed low and sighing hearts we mourned our summers dead. A flying season spent its perfume bow, yet again of mingling tears were shed. Was heaven impatient that it could not wait the blasts of winter for earth's fruit to fall? Were angels crowding round the open gate to greet the spirits coming at their call? Nay, let not fancies born of old beliefs play with our heartbeats that are throbbing still, and waste their outworn phrases on the griefs, with silent griefs that words can only chill. For we, dear friends, there needs no high road lay to shed its aureole round that cherished name, those whose plain, home-born speech of yes and nay by truthful nature ever best became. Death reaches not a spirit such as thine, it can but steal the robe that hide thy wings, while the warm breathing presence we resign, still our hearts its loving semblance clings. Peaceful thy message, yet for struggling right, and slavery's gauntlet in our faces was flung, while timid weaklings watched the dubious fight, nor hell's challenge more defiant rung. Yet was thy spirit tuned to gentle themes, sought in the haunts the humble youth had known, or stern New England's hills and vales and streams, where tuneful idols made from all their own. Wildflowers springing from their native sod, lent all their charms thy new world song to fill, gave thee the Mayflower and the goldenrod, to match the daisy and the daffodil. And the brave records of our earlier time, a hero's deed the generous soul inspired, and many a legend told in ringing rhyme, a youthful south of high resolve has fired. Not wine to lean on priesthood's broken reed, nor bearers caged thee in the fold. Did sailors ask to syllable thy creed, or saidst, "Our Father," and the creed was told. Best loved and saintliest of our singing train, earth's noblest tributes to the name belong, a lifelong record closed without a stain, a blameless memory shrinned in deathless song. Lift from its quartered ledge a flawless stone, smooth the green turf and build the tablet rise, on its snow-white surface carve alone these words, he needs no more, here Whittier lies. International Ode by Oliver Wendell Holmes. God bless our father's land, keep her in heart and hand, one with our own, from all her foes defend, be her brave people's friend, and all her realms descend, protect her throne. Father with loving car, guard thou her kingdom's heir, guide all his ways, and arm his shelter be, from him by land and sea, with storm and danger flee, prolong his days. Lord, let war's tempest keys, fold the whole earth in peace, under thy wings. Make all thy nations one, all hearts beneath the sun, till thou shalt reign alone, great King of kings. Joseph Bourne by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Trained in the holy art, whose lifted shield wards off the darts and never slumbering foe, by hardened wayside lurking waits to throw, oppression taught his helpful arm to wield the slayer's weapon. On the murderous field a fiery bolt that challenged laid him low, seeking its noblest victim. Even so the charter of a nation must be sealed, the healer's brow the hero's honours crowned, the lowliest duty called to loftiest deed. Living, the oak leaf reft his temples bound, dying, the conqueror's laurel was his meed. Last on the broken ramparts turf to bleed, their freedom's victory in defeat was found. Lord of all being by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Lord of all being enthroned afar, by glory, sun of our life, the kindling ray sheds on our Lord of all life below above, whose light grant us thy truth to make us free, and kindling flames in sun and star, center and soul of powerful glow of day, star for our hope, thy truth, whose warmth is love, before we ever hearts that burn for thee, till all living every sphere, yet to each loving heart how near. Softened light cheers the long watches of a night, blazing throne we ask a lost of our own, altars claim one holy light with one heavenly flame.
Midsummer by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Here, sweep these foolish leaves away. I will not crush my brains today. Look at the southern curtains drawn, fetch me a fan, and so begun. Not wet, the palm tree's rusting leaf, but from a parching coral reef its breath is heated. I would swing the broad grey plums, the eagle wings. I hate these roses' feverish blood. Pluck me a half-blown lily bud, a long-stemmed lily from the lake, cold as a coiling water snake. Rain me sweet odors on the air, and wheel me up my Indian chair, and spread some book not otherwise fled out before my sleepy eyes. Who knows it not, this dead recoil of their fibres stretched with toil, the pulse that flutters faint and low when summer's seething breezes blow. O nature, bar thy loving breast, and give thy child 1 hour of rest. 1 little hour to lie unseen beneath thy scarf of leafy green. So curtained by a singing pine, its murmuring voice shall blend with mine, till lost in dreams, my faltering lay in sweeter music dies away.
My Annual by Oliver Wendell Holmes. How long will this harp which you once loved to hear shade your lips of a smile or your eyes of a tear? How long stir the echoes it awakened of old, while its strings were unbroken, untarnished its gold? Dear friends of my boyhood, my words do you wrong, the heart only, shall throb in my song, and reads the kind answer that looks from your eyes,
He'll bid the old harper play on till he dies. O youth, a fair angel that looked off of strings, has lost the bright glory that gleamed on his wings. All the freshness of morning is passed from its tone, it is still the old harp that was always your own. Claim not its music, each note it affords, I strike from my heartstrings that lend me its chord. I will listen and laugh to the last, for trembles and thrills with the voice of the past. Brothers, dear brothers, the harp will I hold, the crescent string and the artisan mode. Shaped it, strung it, who fashioned the lyres, that ringeth hymns of the self choirs. Minor visions of beauty it brings, mine the faint fragrance around it that clings. The shapes of phantoms of years that have fled, the sweet breath that roses your summers have shed. Each hour of the past lends its tribute to this, till it blooms like a bower in the garden of bliss. A thorn in the fist may grow as they will, the friendship unfolds there is paradise still. Would one that's careless while summer is green, the leaf-hidden cradle that rocked him unseen, and autumn's rude fingers the woods have undressed, the boughs may look bare and show him his nest. Too precious these moments, the last riffling, in the light of our year, the gem in its ring. So brimming with sunshine we almost forget the rays it has lost and its border of jet. Round us the manifold halloo is shed, dear are the loving heart, near are the dead. When circles get broken, we's waiting below, was walking the shores where the asphodels blow. That life shall enlarge it, not death shall divide, the brother new born finds its place at my side. Titles shall freeze us, my grandest and fest, his honor, his worship, a boys like the rest. Some won the world so marsh, the names we hold dear, but friendship, not fame, is the countersign here. Made room by the conquerors, crowned in the strife of a comrade that limps from battle of life. What tongue talks of battle, too long we have heard, in sorrow, in anguish, that terrible word. It reddened the sunshine, it crimsoned the wave, it sprinkled our doors with the blood of our brave. Peace, peace comes at last with a garland of white. Peace broods in all hearts as we gather tonight. The blessing of union spreads full in the sun. We echo its words, we're one, we're one. Nearing the snow line by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Snow toiling upward from a misty vale, I leave bright enamelled zones below. No more for me their beauteous bloom shall glow, their lingering sweetness load the morning gale. Few are the slender flowerets, scantless pale, that on their ice-clad steams or trembling blow along the margin of unmelting snow. Yet with unsaddened voice thy words shall hail, wide realm of peace of a flowering line. Welcome by frozen dooms, by rocky spires. O'er we undimmed the moon-girt planets shine. On thy majestic altars fade the fires that filled the air with smoke of vain desires, and all the unclouded blue of heaven is wine.
Never or No by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Listen, young heroes, your country is calling. Time strikes the hour for the brave and the true. Now while the foremost are fighting, falling, fill up the ranks that have opened for you. You whom the fathers have freed and defended, stain not the scroll that emblazons their fame. You whose fair heritage spotless discanded, leave not your children their birthright of shame. Stay not for questions, while freedom stands gasping, wait until honor lies wrapped in his pell, brief for lips meeting thee, swift for hands clasping, off to the wars is enough of them all. Break from the arms which would fondly caress you, hark, 'tis the bugle blast, sabres are drawn, mothers shall pray for you, fathers shall bless you, maids shall weep for you when you are gone. Never or no, cries the blood of a nation, poured on the turf where the red rose should bloom. Now is the day and the hour of salvation. Never or no, peals the trumpet of doom. Never or no, roars the rose-throated cannon through the black canopy blotting the skies. Never or no, flaps the shell-blasting pennon over deep ooze where the Cumberland lies. A full dance where our brothers are dying, aliens from the thousand land of the birth, the ring swamps where our Mafrias are lying, pleading in vain for a handful of earth. From the hot plains where the perish outnumbered, fought and rigid by the battlefield's plough, comes the Lord's summons, too long you have slumbered, even as angel trump, never or now. No time like the old time by Oliver Wendell Holmes. There's no time like the old time when you and I were young, and buds of April blossomed, the birds of springtime sung. The garden's brightest glory by summer suns are nursed, are the sweet, sweet violets, the flowers that open first. There's no place like the old place where you and I were born, where we lifted first our eyelids on the splendors of the morn, with the milk-white breast that warmed us from the clinching arms of the boar, where the dear eyes glistened o'er us that would look on us no more. There's no friend like the old friend who shared our morning days, no greeting like his welcome, no march like his praise. Famous the scandalous sunflower with gaudy crown of gold, but friendship is the breathing rose of sweets in every fold. There's no love like the old love, recorded in our pride, for our leaves are falling, falling, they're fading side by side. There blossoms all around us with the colours of our dawn, enveloped in bold sunshine when the day star is withdrawn. There are no times like the old times, it should never be forgot. There's no place like the old place, keep green the dear old spot. There are no friends like our old friends, may heaven prolong their lives. There are no loves like our old loves, God bless our loving wives. O Lord of hosts, almighty King, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. O Lord of hosts, almighty King, behold the sacrifice we bring. To every arm thy strength impart, thy spirit shed through every heart. Wake in our breasts the living fires, the holy faith that warmed our sires. The hand hath made our nation free, to die for her, serving thee. Below a pillared flame to show the midnight snare the silent foe, and the battle thunders loud still guide us in its moving cloud. God of all nations, sovereign Lord, in that dread name we draw the sword. You lift the stale flag on high that fills with light our stormy sky. From treason's rent, from murder's stain, guard for its foes till peace shall reign. To ford and field, and shore and sea, join our loud anthem, praise to thee.
Ode for a Social Meeting by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Come, fill a fresh bumper, for why should we go, while the nectar still rends our cups as they flow? Pour out the rich juices still bright with the sun, till over the rim crystal the ruby shall run. The purple globed clusters where live dews have bled, how sweet is the breath of a fragrance which shed. For summer's last roses lie hidden with wines, that were garnered by maidens to laugh through the wines. When a smile and a glass and a toast and a cheer for all the good wine, and we've some of it here. In cellar, in pantry, and attic and hall, long live the gay servant that laughs for us all. Ode for Washington's Birthday by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Welcome to the day returning, dear still as ages flow, where the torch of fate is burning, long as freedom's elders glow. See the hero whom it gave us slumbering on a mother's breast, for the army stretched to save us, be its morn forever blessed. Hear the tale of youthful glory, while of Britain's rescued band, friend and foe repeat the story, spread his fame o'er sea and land, with a red cross proudly streaming, flaps above the frigate's deck, where the golden lilies gleaming, star the watchtowers of Quebec. Look, the shadow on the dial marks the hour of deadlier strife. Days of terror, years of trial, scourge a nation into life. Lo, the youth become a leader, all a baffled tyrants yield. Through his arm the Lord hath freed her, crown him on the tented field. Vain is empire's mad temptation, not for him an earthly crown. He whose sword hath freed a nation strikes the offered sceptre down. See the throneless conqueror seated, ruler by a people's choice. See the patriot's task completed, hear the father's dying voice. By the name that you inherit, by the sufferings you recall, cherish the fraternal spirit, love your country first of all. Listen not to idle questions, if its bands may be untied. Doubt the patriot whose suggestions strive a nation to divide. Father, we whose ears have tingled with the discord notes of shame, we whose sires their blood have mingled in the battle's thunder flame, gathering while this holy morning lights the land from sea to sea, hear thy counsel, heed thy warning, trust us while we honor we.
Ode Ironside by Oliver Wendell Holmes. I tear the tattered ensign down long as it waved on high, a decorant red with hero's blood whene'er the vanquished foe. Or better that their shattered hulk should sink beneath the wave, and many an eye has danced to see that banner in the sky. Winds the high all the flood, and wakes the wide below, a thunder shock for mighty deep, there should be a grave. Beneath it rung the battle shout, and bursts the cannon's roar. No more shall feel the victory straight, or now the conquered knee kneel to the master, holy flag, that every flag bear sail. The meteor of the ocean air shall sweep the clouds no more, the harpies of the shore shall pluck the eagles of the sea. Give her to the god of storms, the lightning and the gale. The meteor on the ocean air shall sweep the clouds no more, the harpies of the shore shall pluck the eagle of the sky, and give the god of storms, the lightning and the gale.
Opening the Window by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Thus I lift the sash, so long shut against the flight of song. All too late for vain excuse, lo, my captive rhymes are loose. Rhymes that, flitting through my brain, beat against my window pane. Some with gaily colored wings, some alas with venomed stings. Shall they bask in sunny rays? Shall they feed in sugared praise? Shall they stick with tangled feet on the critic's poisoned sheet? Are the outside winds too rough? Is the world not wide enough? Go my winged words and try, go like Uncle Toby's fly.
Open the windows by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Thus I lift the sash, so long shut against the flight of song, all too late for vain excuse, all my captive rhymes are loose. Rhymes went flitting through my brain, beat against my window pane, some with gaily coloured wings, some alas with venomed stings. Shall the bask in sunny rays, shall the feed on sugared praise, shall we stick with tangled feet on the critic's poisoned sheet? Are the outside winds too rough? Is the world not wide enough? Go, my winged verse, and try, go like Uncle Toby's fly. Our Dead Singer by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Pride of a sister so long our own, we claim with her its spotless fame of wine, white as the snow and fragrant as a pine. Ours was their birthplace, but in every zone some breath of song thy liberal hand has thrown, breath perfume from its blossoms that entwine where ever dewdrops fall, the sunbeams shine on life's long path of tangled cares overgrown. Can art thy truthful counterfeit command, with silver hallowed features, tranquil, mild, soften the lips of bronze, as when they smiled, give warmth and pressure to the marble hand? Seek the lost rainbow in the sky it spent, farewell, sweet singer, heaven reclaims its child. Carved from a block cast in clinching mould, the grateful memory fondly try her best, the mortal vesture from decay to rest, as look shall greet us calm, or cold, no breath can stir the brazen draperies fold, no throb can heave the statue's stony breast. He is not here, but risen, will stand confessed in all the mist, and all our eyes behold. Her nature laughed him on his placid brow, for its ample dame she set the sacred sign that marks the priesthood of the holiest shrine. Nor ask a leaflet from the laurel spore that envious time might clutch or disallow, to prove a chosen minstrel's song divine. Many a saddened hearth the evening fire burns paler as the children's hour draws near, the joyous hour his song might doubly dear, and tender memories touch the thought to inquire. It sings no more on earth our vain desire, echoes of the voice we loved so long to hear. Dull flute notes breathing soft and clear with sweet contralto that could ne'er tire. Deafened with listening to a harsher strain, the maddened scream, the stark barbarian's cry, still of our soothing, loving tones we sigh. Of our vanished Orpheus once again, the shadowy silence hears his call in vain. His lips are hushed, his song shall never die. Our Limitations by Oliver Wendell Holmes. We trust and fear, we question and believe, from life's dark treats of trembling fate to weave. Frail as the web that misty night has spun, whose dew-gimmed awnings glitter in the sun. Like the calm centuries spell their lessons out, each truth we conquer spreads the realm of doubt. When Sinai assumed it was Jehovah's throne, the chosen prophet knew his voice alone. When Pilates horn the awful question heard, the heavenly captive answered not a word. Eternal truth, beyond the hopes and fears, is sweet the vast orbits of a myriad spheres. From age to age, while history carves sublime on the waste rock the flaming curves of time, how the wild swayings of our planet show that worlds unseen surround the world we know. Poem at the dedication of a Halleck monument by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Say not the poet dies. On the dust he lies, he cannot fortified his melodious breath, unshepherded by envious death. Life drops the voiceless myriads from its roll. The fate he cannot share, when the enchanted air, sweet with the lingering strains that echo stole, has left his dear self, the music of his soul. Wherever his turf may raise, or notes of feeble praise, and cast with pious care for after eyes, this down with here he lies. He for himself has built a nobler shrine, whose walls of stately rhyme roll back the tide of time. O'er the gates the gleaming tablets shine that were his name inwrought with many a golden line. Call not our poet dead, on his turf retreat. Green is the wreath their brows so long have worn, the minstrels of the morn, who while the urn burned with newborn flame, caught its celestial fire and struck a nation's mire. These taught the western winds the poet's name, theirs the first opening buds, the maiden flowers of fame. Count not our poet dead, the star shall watch his bed. Rose of June its fragrant life renew, his blushing mount to strew, and all the tuneful throats of summer swell with trills as crystal clear as when he wooed the ear of a young muse that haunts each wooded dell with song of that rough land he loved so long and well. Here he sleeps, he cannot die, as evening's long-drawn sigh, lifting the rose leaves on its peaceful mound, spreads all the sweets around. So laden with a song, the breezes blow, from where a rustling sedge threads the rude ocean's edge, to the smooth sea beyond the peaks of snow. His soul the air enshrines, and leaves but dust below. Questions and Answers by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Where the visions of morning, fresh produce of our prime, gone like tenants that quit without warning, down the back and higher of time? Where are life's lilies roses, nursed in the golden dawn smile? Dead as the bulrushes round little Moses on the old banks of the Nile. Where are the Marys and the Annes and the Elisas, loving and lovely of yore?
Look on the columns of old advertisements, married and dead by the score, where the grey scouts of the 10 years old follies, Saturday's triumph and joy, gone like our friend Achilles, Homer's ferocious old boy. Die away dreams of ecstatic emotion, hopes like young eagles at play, vows of unheard of and endless devotion. Oh, hear the fate of the day. Yet though the ebbing of time might river, leave our young blossoms to die, let me roll smooth on its can forever, till the last pebble is dry.
Reflections of a Proud Pedestrian by Oliver Wendell Holmes. I saw the curl of his waving lash and the glance of his knowing eye, and I knew what he thought he was cutting a dash as his steed went thundering by. And he may ride in a rattling gig, or flourish with Steamboat gay, and dream that he looks exceedingly big to the people that walk in the way. But he should think when the night is still on the stable boys gathering numbers, and the ghosts of many a veteran bill shall hover around his slumbers. A ghastly dun shall warriors sleep, and constables cluster around him, and he shall creep from the wood hole deep, where the spectre eyes have found him. I gather your reins and crack your thong, and bid your steed go faster. He does not know as he scrambles along that he has a fool for his master. And hurry away on your lonely ride, nor deign from the mire to save me. I will pedal it stoutly at your side with the tandem that nature gave me. Sun and Shadow by Oliver Wendell Holmes. As I look from the isle over its billows of green to the billows of foam-crested blue, yon bark that afar in the distance is seen, half dreaming my eyes will pursue, nor darken the shadow, but scatters the spray as the chef and the stroke of a whale, nor white as the seagull she flies on her way, the sun-gleaming bright on a sail. Yet the pilot is thinking of dangers to shun, of breakers that widen and roar. How little he cares if in shadow or sun they see him who gaze from the shore. He looks to the beacon that looms from the reef, to the rock that is under his lee, as he drifts on the blast like a wind-wafted leaf over the gulfs of a desolate sea. Thus drifting afar to the dim-vaulted caves where life and its ventures are laid, the dreamers who gaze while we battle with waves may see us in sunshine or shade. Yet true to our course, though the shadows grow dark, we'll trim our board sail as before, and stand by the rudder that governs the bark, nor ask how we look from the shore. The Angel Thief by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Time is a thief who leaves his tools behind him. He comes by night, he vanishes at dawn. We track his footsteps, but we never find him. Strong locks are broken, massive bolts are drawn, and all around are left the bars and bars, the splitting wedges and the prying keys. Such aids as serve the soft-shot vault explores to crack, wrench open, or rifle as they please. Are these the tools which heaven in mercy lends us, when gathering rust has clenched or shackled fast? Time is the angel thief that nature sent us, to break the cramping fetters of our past. Mourn as we may for treasures he has taken, poor as we feel through our wealth bereft. More precious are those implements forsaken, fold in wreck his ruthless hands have left. Some lever that the casket's hinge has broken, priest of abode and low. Our souls are free. Each year some open season is spoken, and every decade drops its master key. So as from year to year we count our treasures, our loss seems less, and larger look our gains. Time's the wrongs repaid in more than even measure. We lose our jewels, but we break our chains.
The Chambered Nautilus by Oliver Wendell Holmes. This is a ship of pearl, which, poets feign, sails the unshadowed main, the venturous bark that flings from the sweet summer wind its purpled wings, and gulfs enchanted, where the siren sings and coral reefs lie bare, and the cold sea maid rides the sun with streaming hair. Its webs of living gauze no more unfurl, wrecked is the ship of pearl, every chambered cell, where its dim dreaming life was wont to dwell, as a frail tenant shaped his growing shell, before thee lies revealed. Its erising ceiling rent, its sunlit script unsealed. Year after year beheld the silent toil that spread his lustrous coil. Still as the spirit grew, he left the past years dwelling for the new. Stole with soft step, its shining archway through, built up its idle door, stretched in its last fond home, and knew the old no more. Thanks for the heavenly message brought by thee, child of the wandering sea, cast from a lap forlorn. From my dead lips a clear note is born, whenever Triton blew from wretched horn. On mine ear it rings through the deep caves of thought, I hear voice that sings. Build thee more stately mansions, O my soul, as the swift seasons roll, leave her lower vault had passed. At each new temple, nobler than the last, shut thee from heaven with a dome of vast, till thou art landward free, leaving thine outcrown shell by life's unresting sea.
The Flower of Liberty by Oliver Wendell Holmes. What flower is this that greets the morn, its hues from heaven so freshly born? With burning star and flaming band it kindles all the sunset land. Oh, tell us what its name may be. Is this the flower of liberty? Is this the banner of the free, the starry flower of liberty? and savage nature's far abode its tender cedar father sowed. The storm winds rocked its swelling bud, its opening leaves were streaked with blood. Till lo, earth's torrent shocked the sea, the full-blown flower of liberty, when hailed the banner of the free, the starry flower of liberty. Behold its streaming rays unite, one mingling flood of brained light, the red that fires the southern rose, with spotless white from northern snows, and spangled over its azure sea, the sister stars of liberty. Then hail the banner of the free, the starry flower of liberty. The blades of heroes fence it round, whenever it springs as holy ground. From tower and dome its glorious breed, it waves the lonely sentry's tread. It makes the land its ocean free, and plants an empire on the sea. Then hail the banner of the free, the starry flower of liberty. By sacred leaves fair freedom's flower shall ever float on dome and tower, to all the heavenly colours true, in blackening frost or crimson dew, and God love us as we love thee. Thrice holy flower of liberty, then hail the banner of the free, the starry flower of liberty.
The Girdle of Friendship by Oliver Wendell Holmes. She gathered at her slender waist the beauteous robe she wore, its folds a golden belt embraced, one rose-hued gem at the bow. The girdle shrank, its lessening round still kept the shining gem, but now her flowing locks it bound, alas to stare them. And narrower still the circlet grew, behold a glittering band, its roseate diamond set anew, and next white columns bent. Suns rise and set with the straining clasp, the shortened links resist, yet flashes in a bracelet's clasp the diamond on her wrist. At length the round of changes past, heeing years could bring the jewel glittering to the last, still sparkles in a ring. So link by link our friendship's parts, so loosen, break and fall, and entering soon, the loving heart lives changeless through them all. The Height of the Ridiculous by Oliver Wendell Holmes. I wrote some lines once on a time in wondrous merry mood, and though as usual men would say they were exceedingly good. As a very queer, laughed as I would die Everett in the gentle way a sober man am I, called my servant, and he came, how kind it was of him to mind a slender man like me, he of a mighty limp. Waste of a print, exclaimed in my humorous way, added as a trifling jest, "I'll be the devil to pay." He took the paper and I watched, and saw him peep within. The first line he read, his face was all upon the grin. He read the next, the grin grew broad, and shot from ear to ear. He read the third, chuckling noise that now began to hear. Fourth he broke into a roar, the fifth, his waistband split with 60 bursts, 5 buttons off he tumbled in a fit. 10 days and nights of sleepless I watched that wretched man, and since I never dare to write as funny as I can.
The Last Charge by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Now, men of the North, will you join in the strife for country, for freedom, for honor, for life? The giant grows blind in his fury and spite, one blow on his forehead will settle the fight. Flash full in his eyes the blue lightning of steel, and stun him with cannon bolts peal upon peal. Mount, trooper, and follow your game to its lair, as the hound tracks the wolf and the beagle the hare. Blow, trumpets, your summons till sluggards awake. Beat drums, till roofs of a faint-hearted shake. Yet, the signet is stamped on the scroll, their names may be traced on the blood-sprinkled roll. Trust not the false herald that painted your shield. True honor today must be sought on the field. The scutcheon shows white with a blazon of red, where life drops of crimson for liberty shed. The hour is at hand, and the moment draws nigh. The dark of treason grows dim in the sky. Shine forth from the battle-cloud, light of the morn. Call back the bright hour when the nation was born. The rivers of peace through a valley shall run, as the glaciers of tyranny melt in the sun. Smite the proud parish down from his throne. His sceptre once broken, the world is our own.
The Last Leaf by Oliver Wendell Holmes. I saw him once before as he passed by the door, and again the pavement stones resound as he tottered over the ground with his cane. They say that in his prime, the pruning knife of time cut him down, not a better man was found, with a cry on his round for the town. But now he walks the streets and looks at all he meets sad and wan, and he shakes his feeble head, that it seems as if he said, "They are gone." The mossy marbles rest on the lips that he has pressed in their bloom, and the names he loved to hear have been carved for many years on the tomb. My grandmamma has said, poor old lady, she died long ago, and he had a Roman nose, and his cheek was like a rose in the snow. But now his nose is thin, and rests upon his chin like his death, and the crook is in his back, and the melancholy crack in his laugh. Now it is a sin for me to sit and grin at him here, but the old three-cornered hat and the breeches and all that are queer. If I should live to be the last leaf upon the tree, in the spring let him smile, as I do now, at that out-forsaken bough where I cling. The Last Reader by Oliver Wendell Holmes.
I sometimes sit beneath a tree and read my own sweet songs, for naughty they may to others be, each humble line prolongs a tone that might have passed away, but for that scarce remembered lay. I keep them like a lock or leaf that some dear girl has given, frail record of an hour, as brief as sunset clouds in heaven, with spreading purple twilight still high our memory's shadowed hill. Will lie upon my path oblique, with flowers that once ran wild, as on a father's careworn cheek the ringlets of his child. The golden mingling with the grey and stealing half that snows away, a care for the dust is spread around these yellow leaves, or are the sarcastic trade oblivion's insect weaves. Though weeds are tangled in the stream, it still reflects my morning's beam, and therefore life has such a smile on these neglected songs, nor deem them fell trees needless while my opening bosom wrongs. For who would trample at my side, a few pale buds my garden's pride? It may be that my scanty ore long years have washed away, and where my golden sands before is naught but common clay, still sometimes sparkles in the sun for memory to look back upon. When my name no more is heard, my lie no more is known, still let me like a winter's bird in silence and alone float over when the veil ring once flashing through the dews of spring. Yes, let my fancy fondly wrap my youth in its decline, and riot in the rosy lap of thoughts that once were mine, and give the warm more little store, and the last reader reads no more. The Living Temple by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Not in the world of light alone, where God has built his blazing throne, nor yet alone on earth below, with belted seas that come and go, and endless isles of sunlit green, as all the Maker's glory seen. Look in upon thy wondrous frame, eternal wisdom still the same. The smooth soft air with pulse like waves flows murmuring through its hidden caves, with streams a brightening purple rush, fired with new and livelier blush, while all the burden of decay the ebbing current steals away, and red with nature's flame they start from the warm fountains of a heart. No rest the throbbing slave may ask, for ever quivering o'er his task, while far and wide a crimson jet leaps forth to fill the woven net, which in unnumbered crossing tides the flood of burning life divides, then, kindling each decaying part, keeps back to find the throbbing heart. But warmed with that unchanging flame, behold the outward moving frame, its living marbles jointed strong with glistening band and silvery thong, and linked to reason's guiding reins, by myriad rings and trembling chains, each graven with a fretted sound which claims it as the master's own. See how yon beam of seeming white is braided to seven-hued light, even those lucid globes nor ray by any chance shall break astray. Hark, how the rolling surge of sound arches and spirals circling round, like the hushed spirit through thine ear, with music in its heaven to hear. Then mark the cloven sphere that holds all thought in its mysterious folds, and feels sensation's faintest thrill, and flashes forth the sovereign will. Think on the stormy world that dwells, locked in its dim and clustering cell, the lightning gleams of power it sheds along its hollow glassy threads. Father, grant thy love divine to make these mystic temples wine, and wasting age and varying strife have snapped the leaning walls of life. When darkness gathers over all, and the last tottering pillars fall, take the poor dust of the mercy warms, and mould it into heavenly forms. The Mind's Diet by Oliver Wendell Holmes. No life worth naming ever comes to good if always nourished on the self-same food. The creeping mind may live so if you please, and feed on Stilton till he turns to cheese. But cool Magendie proves beyond a doubt, if mammals try it, if the eyes drop out. No reasoning nature find it safe to feed, for their sole diet on a single creed. It spoils the eyeballs while it spares the tongues, and starves the heart to feed the noisy lungs. And the first laugh on the elm seen, the crawling wretches, like its leaves, are green. A chill tower shakes the latest down, they, like the foliage, change the tint to brown. Of a bluer flower you spy, you stretch to pluck at the butterfly. The flattened tree toads so resemble bark, are hard to find at Ethiops in the dark. Woodcock, stiffening to thick tree's mud, cheats the young sportsman, thirsting for its blood. So by long living on a single lie, lying on one truth, will creatures get its day. Red, yellow, green, they take the subject hue, except when squabbling turns from black and blue. The Music Grinders by Oliver Wendell Holmes. There are three ways in which men take one's money from his purse, and very hard it is to tell which of the three is worse, but all of them are bad enough to make a body curse. You're riding out some pleasant day and counting up your gains. A fellow jumps from out a bush and takes your horse's reins. Another hints some words about a bullet in your brains. It's hard to meet such pressing friends in such a lonely spot. It's very hard to lose your cash, but harder to be shot. And so you take your wallet out, for you would rather not.
Perhaps you're going out to dine, some filthy creature begs. You'll hear about a cannonball that carried off his packs, and says it is a dreadful thing for men to lose their legs. It tells you of his starving wife, his children to be fed, poor little lovely innocents, or clamours for bread, and so you kindly help to put the bachelor to bed. Sitting on your window seat beneath a cloudless moon, you hear a sound that seems to wear the semblance of a tune, as if a broken fifth should strive to drown a cracked bosoon. And near, near still, the tide of music seems to come. There's something like a human voice and something like a drum. You sit in speechless agony until your ears numb. Poor home, sweet home, should seem to be a very dismal place, and all the acquaintance all at once is altered in the face. The discords sting through burns and moor, like hedgehogs dressed in lace. You think they are crusaders, sent from some infernal clime, to pluck the eyes of sentiment and dog their tail of rhyme, to crack the voice of melody and break the legs of time. But hark, the air again is still, the music all is ground, and silence like a poetess comes to hear the blows of sound. Cannot be, it is, a head is going round. Now pay the dentist when he leaves a fracture in your jaw, and pay the owner of a beer that stunned you with his paw, and buy the lobster that has had your knuckles in his claw. If you are a portly man, put on your fiercest frown, and talk about a constable to turn them out of town, and close your sentence with an oath and shut the window down. If you are a slender man, not big enough for wit, or if you cannot make a speech because you are flat, go very quietly and drop a button in the head.
The Old Man Dreams by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Oh, for 1 hour of youthful joy, give back my 20th spring. I'd rather laugh a bright-haired boy than reign a grey-beard king. Off with the spoils of wrinkled age, away with learning's crown, tear out life's wisdom-written page, and dash its trophy stone. One moment let my life-blood stream from boyhood's fount of flame. Give me only Kitty, reeling dream of life or love and fame. My listening angel heard the prayer, and calmly smiling said, If I but touch thy silvered hair, thy hasty wish hath sped. But is there nothing in thy track to bid thee fondly stay, while the swift seasons hurry back to wish the wished-for day? I choose soul of womankind without rewardable life. One bliss I cannot leave behind, I'll take my precious wife. The angel took a sapphire pen, and wrote in rainbow dew, the man would be a boy again, and be a husband too. And is there nothing yet unsaid before the change appears? Remember, all their gifts have fled with those dissolving years. Oh yes, for memory would recall my fond paternal joys. I could not bear to leave them all, I'll take my girl and boys. When smiling angel dropped his pen, for this will never do, the man would be a boy again, and be a father too. And so I laughed, my laugh awoke the household with its noise, and wrote my dream when morning broke to please the grey-haired boys.
The Parting Song by Oliver Wendell Holmes. The noon of summer sheds its ray on Harvard's holy ground. The matron calls, the sons obey, and gather smiling round. When old and young together stand, the sunshine and the snow, as heart to heart and hand in hand, we sing before we go. 100 opening doors have swung. Through every storied hall the pealing echoes loud have run. Thrice welcome one and all. The old and young together stand, the sunshine and the snow, as heart to heart and hand to hand, we sing before we go. We floated through a peaceful bay, to sail life's stormy seas, but left our anchor where it lay, beneath the green old trees. When old and young together stand, the sunshine and the snow, as heart to heart and hand to hand, we sing before we go. As now we lift its lengthening chain that held us fast of old, the rusted rings grow bright again, the iron turns to gold. The old and young together stand, the sunshine and the snow, as heart to heart and hand in hand, we sing before we go. Though scattered o'er the setting sun, as the leaves when wild winds blow, a home is here, our hearts are one, till Charles forgots to flow. Then old and young together stand, the sunshine and the snow, as heart to heart and hand in hand, we sing before we go.
The Promise by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Not charity we ask, nor yet the gift refuse. Please thy light fancy with the easy task, only to look and choose. The little heated toy that wins the treasured gold may be the dearest memory, holiest joy of coming years untold. Heaven reigns on every heart, but where it showers delight, the drops of mercy choosing as they part the dark or glowing sight. One kindly deed may turn the fountain of thy soul to love's sweet day-star that shall over we burn, long as its currents roll. The pleasures thou hast planned, where shall their memory be, when the white angel with a freezing hand shall sit and watch by we?
Living thou dar'st not live, if mercy's spring run dry, what heaven has lent thee will for freely give, dying thou shalt not die. He promised even so, to we his lips repeat, behold the tears that soothe the sister's woe, have washed thy master's feet.
The Rose and the Fern by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Lady, life's sweetest lesson wouldst thou learn, come with me to love's enchanted bower. High overhead the tyrrell's roses burn, beneath her feet behold of every fern a leaf without a flower. What thou a rose leaves fall, they still are sweet, and have been lovely in their beauteous prime, ere the bare font seems ever to repeat. Fast no bud, no blossom, wakes to greet the joyous flowering time. Heed for the lesson, life has leaves to treat, and flowers to cherish. Summer round we close, wait not till autumn's fading robes are shed, while its petals still are burning red, give a life's full-blown rose. The September Gale by Oliver Wendell Holmes. I'm not a chicken, I've seen for many a chill September, where was a youngster then, but gale I well remember. Day before my kite string snipped, and I my kite pursuing, a wind whisked off my palm leaf head, for me two storms were brewing. It came as quarrels sometimes do, when made folks get clashing, where was a heavy sight or two before the fire was flashing, a little stir among the clouds before they rent asunder, a little rocking of the trees, and then came on the thunder. Lord, how the ponds and rivers boiled, they seemed like bursting craters, and oaks lay scattered on the ground as if they were potatoes. And all above was in a hole, and all below a clatter. The earth was like a frying pan, or some such hissing matter. It changed to be a washing day, and all our things were drying. The storm came roaring through the lines, and sent them all a-flying. I saw the shirts and petticoats go riding off like witches. I lost her, bitterly I wept, I lost my Sunday breeches. I saw them straddling through the airless, too late to win them. I saw them chase the clouds as if the devil had been in them. They were my darlings and my pride, my boyhood's only riches. Farewell, farewell, I faintly cried, my breeches are my breeches. The night I saw them in my dreams, I changed from what I knew them. The dew had steeped their faded treads, the wind had whistled through them. I saw the wide and ghastly rents, their demon claws had torn them. A howl was in their amber's part, as if an imp had worn them. I have had many happy years, and hail is kind and clever, and those young pantaloons have gone on forever and forever. And not till time has cut the last of all my earthly stitches, with aching heart shall kiss to mourn my loved, my long-lost breeches. The Steamboat by Oliver Wendell Holmes. See how yon flaming herald treads the rigid and rolling waves, as crashing o'er their crested heads she bows her sorely slaves. The foam before and fire behind, she rends the clinching sea, that flies before the roaring wind beneath her hissing lee. The morning spray, like sea-born flowers, with heaped and glistening bells, falls round her fast in ringing showers, as every wave it swells. And burning o'er the midnight deep, and lurid fringes thrown, the living gems of ocean sweep along a flashing zone. With clashing wheel and lifting keel, and smoking talk on high, and winds are loud and billows reel, she thunders foaming by. When seas are silent and serene, ever beam she glides, the sunshine glimmering through the ocean green that skirts her gleaming sides. Now like a wild nymph far apart, she wails her shadowy form, the beating of her restless heart still sounding through the storm. Now answers like a court dame, the reddening surges o'er, the flaying scarf of spangled flame the furrows of her shore. Tonight your pilot shall not sleep, or trims his narrowed sail. Tonight your frigate's Clarke shall keep her broad breast to the gale. Many a foresail, scooped and strained, shall break from yard and stay, before the smoky reef has stained the rising mist of day. Hark, hark, I hear whistling shroud, I see your quivering mast. The black throat of a hunted cloud is pending forth a blast. An hour, and, world-like winnowing chef, the giant surge shall fling his tresses o'er yon pennant's depth, white as the seabird's wing. Yet rest, ye wanderers of the deep, no wind nor wave shall tire, whose fleshless arms, whose pulses leap the floods of living fire. Sleep on, and when the morning light streams o'er the shining bay, or think of those for whom the night shall never wake the day. The Treadmill Song by Oliver Wendell Holmes. The stars are rolling in the sky, the earth rolls on below, and we can feel the rattling wheel revolving as we go. We tread away, my gallant boys, and make the axle fly. Why should not wheels go round about like planets in the sky? Wake up, my duck-ledged men, and stir your solid pegs. Arouse, my gawky friend, and shake your spider legs. What though you're awkward at the trade, there's time enough to learn. So lean upon the rail, my lad, and take another turn. We've built us up a noble wall to keep vulgar out. We've for nothing in the world to do but just to walk about. So fasten now, you middleman, and try to beat the ends. It's pleasant work to ramble round among one's honest friends. Here, tread upon the long man's toes. You shouldn't be lazy here, and punch the little fellow's ribs, and tweak that lover's ear. He's lost them both, don't pull his hair, because he was a scratch, but Parkman with further eye that isn't in the patch. Hark, fellows, there's the supper bell, and so work is done. It's pretty sport, suppose we take a round or two for fun. If ever they should turn me out, and I have better grown, now hang me, but I mean to have a treadmill of my own.
The Two Streams by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Behold the rocky wall where down its stooping sides pour so swift raindrops, blending as they fall, and rushing river tides. Yon stream whose sources run, turned by a pebble edge, is Athabasca's, rolling toward the sun through the cleft mountain glitch. The slender rill had strayed, but from the slanting stone to evening's ocean with a tangled braid of foam-flecked Oregon. So from the heights of Will life's parting stream descends, and as a moment turns, its slender rill each widening and torn bends. On the same cradle's side, from the same mother's knee, one to long darkness of frozen tide, one to the peaceful sea. The Voiceless by Oliver Wendell Holmes. We count the broken lyres that rest where the sweet wailing singers slumber, but o'er their silent sisters' breast the wild flowers who will stop to number. If you can touch the magic string, and noisy fame is proud to win them, alas for those that never sing, but die with all their music in them. Nay, grieve not for the dead alone, whose song has told their heart-sad story. Weep for the voiceless, who have known the cross without the crown of glory, not where Lochian breezes sweep o'er Sappho's memory-haunted billow, but where a glistening night used weep on nameless hour's churchyard pillow. Our hearts that break and give no sign, save for whitening lip and fading tresses, till death pours out his longed-for wine, slow drop from misery's crouching presses. If singing breath or echoing chord to every hidden pang were given, what endless melodies were poured, as sad as earth, as sweet as heaven.
To a blank sheet of paper by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Wan visage thing, the virgin leaf to me looks more than deadly pale, unknowing what may stain thee yet the poem or tale. Or can thy unborn meaning scan, can see or sibyl read thee now? Now seek to trace the fate of man writ on his infant brow. Laugh me light on thy snowy cheek, and shake his Eden-breathing plums, and shalt foretell how Lelia smiles, Angelina blooms. Satire Maya left his bearding lance, forestelling time's slow-moving skiff, and scattered on thy little field disjointed bards may wreath. Perchance a vision of the night, some grizzled spectre, gaunt and thin, or sheeted corpse may stalk alone, or skeleton may grin. If it should be in pensive hour, some sore-moving fee might try. Ah, maiden, how thy tears will fall, for all I doomed to die. But if in merry mood I touch thy leaves, and through the sight of thee, so smiles as thick on rosy lips as ripples on the sea. The weekly press shall gladly stoop to bind thee up among its sheaves, daily steal thy shining oar to gild its leaden leaves. Thou hast no tongue, yet thou canst speak, till distant shores shall hear the sound. Thou hast no life, yet thou canst breathe fresh life on all around. The arena of the wise, the noiseless battleground of fame, the sky where hell loose may be reft around the humble's name. Take then this treasure to thy trust, to win some idle reader's smile, and faded moulder in the dust, or swell some bonfire's pile. To a Caged Lion by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Poor conquered monarch, though that haughty glance still speaks thy courage unsubdued by time, and in the grandeur of thy sullen tread lives the proud spirit of thy burning clime. Fettered by things that shudder at the roar, torn from thy pathless wilds to pace this narrow floor, thou wast the victor, and all nature shrunk before the thundering of thine awful wrath. The steel-armed hunter viewed thee from afar, fearless and trackless in thy lonely path. The famished tiger closed his flaming eye, and crouched and panted as thy step went by. Thou art the vanquished and insulting man, bars thy broad bosom as a sparrow's wing. His nerveless arms thine iron sinews bind, and lead in chains the desert's fallen king. Are these the beings that have dared to twine their feeble threads around with limes of wine? So must it be the weaker, wiser race that wields the tempest and that rides the sea. Even in the stillness of thy solitude must teach the lesson of its power to be, and though the terror of a trembling wild was born by savage strength, the mockery of a child. To an English Friend by Oliver Wendell Holmes. The seed that wasteful autumn cast a waver on its stormy blast, long over wintry desert toast, its living germ has never lost. Dropped by a very tempest wing, it feels the kindling ray of spring, and, starting from its dream of death, pours on the air its perfumed breath. So parted by the rolling flood, the love that springs from common blood needs but a single sunlit hour of mingled smiles to bud and flower. Unharmed its slumbering life has flown from shore to shore, from zone to zone, where summer's falling roses stain the tepid waves of Pontchartrain, or where the legion creeps below cathedrals refs of whirling snow.
Both fiery sun and stiffening cold may change the fair ancestral mould, the winter chills, the summer drains, the lifeblood drawn from English veins, still being whensoever it flows, the love that with its fountain rose, unchanged by space, unwronged by time, from age to age, from clime to clime. To an Insect, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. I love to hear thine earnest voice, wherever thou art hid, or testy little domestic the pretty katydid. Thou mindest me of gentlefolks, so old gentlefolks are they, thou say'st an undisputed thing in such a solemn way. Art a female katydid, I know it by the trill, that quivers through the piercing notes so petulant and shrill. I think there's a knot of you beneath hollow tree, a knot of spinster katydids, do katydids drink tea? Or tell me where did Katy live, and what did Katy do? And was she very fair and young, and yet so wicked too? Did Katy love a naughty man, nor kiss my cheeks on one? Aunt Katy did no more than many a Kate has done. Dear me, I tell you all about my fuss with little Jane and Anne, with whom I used to walk so often down the lane, and all that tore their locks of black, or wet their eyes of blue. Pray tell me, sweetest Katydid, what did poor Katy do? No, the living oak shall crash, that stood for ages still, the rock shall rend its mossy bay, and thunder down the hill, before the little Katydid shall add one word to tell the mystic story of a mind whose name she knows so well. Peace to the ever-murmuring race, and the latest one shall fold in their feeble wings beneath the autumn sun, and shall she raise a fainting voice, and lift the dropping lid, and when the child of future years shall hear what Katy did. To James Freeman Clarke, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. I bring the simple pledge of love, friend of my earlier days. Mine is the hand without the glove, the heartbeat, not the phrase. I've used to breathe his mortal air, be called by schoolboys' names. You still, whatever rope you were to me, are always James. Would name the kind apostle bore, who shames the sullen creeds, that trusting less, but loving more, and showing faith by deeds. What blending thoughts and memories share, what visions of yours and mine, of Maydays in whose morning air the dews were golden wine, of vistas bright with opening day, whose all-awakening sun showed in life's landscape far away the summits to be won. The heights are gains, I say not so, for him who smiles at time, leaves his tired comrades down below and only lives to climb. As labours with the ever case, with hand and tongue and pen, shall varied nature ask release at 80 years and 10. Our strength the clustered seasons tax, for him new life I mean, like rods around the lictor's axe, they keep him bright and keen. The wise, the brave, the strong we know, you mark them here or there, but he, reall our eyes, and lo, you find him everywhere. If truth-bowed cohorts all alone, he strides through error's field, his lance is ever manhood's own, his breast is woman's shield. Count not his years, while earth has need of souls that heaven inflames, with sacred zeal to save to lead. Long live our dear St. James. To Longfellow, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Our poet, who has taught the western breeze to lift the songs before him all the seas, will find them wheresoever his wanderings reach, borne on the spreading tide of English speech, twinned with the rhythmic waves that kiss the farthest beach. Where shall the singing bird a stranger be that finds a nest for him in every tree? How shall he travel who can never go where his own voice the echoes do not know, where his own garden flowers no longer learn to grow? A gentle soul, how gracious, how benign, breathes through our troubled life that voice of thine, filled with the sweetest born of happiest fears, that wins and warms, that kindles, softens, cheers, that calms the wildest woe and stays the bitterest tears. Forgive the simple words that sound like praise, the mist before me dims my gilded phrase. Our speech at best is half alive and cold, and save the tender moments make us bold. Our whitening lips would close their truest truth untold. We who behold our autumn sun below, the scorpion sign against the archer's bow, know well what parting means, a friend from friend. Out of the snows no freshening dews is kent, and with the frost has marred, the sunshine will not mend. So you all count the months, the weeks, the days, and keep thee from us in unwanted ways, grudging to alien half so with time, and one has shaped the breath and heartless rhyme that sighs, we track thee still through each remotest clime. What wishes, longings, blessings, prayers shall be, the more than golden freight that floats with thee. And now, whatever welcome thou shalt find, the proudest, fondest love thou leavest still behind. To my readers, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. I blame me not. Might have spared your patience many a trial the worse, yet these my earlier welcome shared, so that the better shield the worse. And some might say, those ruder songs had freshness, which the new have lost. To spring the opening leaf belongs, the chestnut burrs await the frost. And those I wrote, my locks were brown, and these I write, ah, well a day.
The autumn thistle's silvery down is not the purple bloom of May. Go, little book, whose pages hold was garnered years and loving trust. How long before your blue and gold shall fade and whiten in the dust? O sexton of the alcove tomb, where soats and leathern salmons lie, tell me each living poet's doom, how long before his book shall die. It matters little, soon or late, a day, a month, a year, an age, I read oblivion in its date, and Venus on its title page. Before we sighed, our griefs were told, before we smiled, our joys were sung, all our passions shaped of old, and accents lost to mortal tongue. In vain a fresher mould we seek, can all the wide phrases tell, that Babel's wandering children speak, how thrushes sing or lilacs smell? Caged into the poet's lonely heart, love wastes unheard its tenderest tone, the soul that sings must dwell apart, its inward melodies unknown. Deal gently with us, ye who read, our largest hope is unfulfilled. The promise still outruns the dare, the tower, but not the spire we build. A widest pearl we never find, a ripest fruit we never reach, a flowing moments of a mind drop half the petals in our speech. We summer blossoms, if there were one streak of morn or evening's glow, accept them, but to me more fair the buds of song that never blow. To the poet who only read and listen, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. When evening's shadowy fingers fold the flowers of every hue, some shy, half-opened bud will holds its drop of morning's dew. Sweeter with every sunlit hour the trembling sphere has grown, or the fragrance of the flower becomes at last its own. We would have sung perchance may find our little meed of praise, and round our pallid temples wind a river fading bass. Poet who has never spent the breath in idle strains, where the dewdrop morning lends still in the heart remains. Unwasted in its perfumed cell, it waits the evening gale, and to the azure winds that fell its lingering sweets exhale. To the Teachers of America, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Teachers of teachers, yours the task, nobles that noble minds can speak. High up per hour as murmurs mount, to watch, to guard the sacred fount that feeds the streams below, to guide the hurrying flood that fills a thousand silvery ripening rills and ever-widening flow. Rich is the harvest from the fields, the bounteous nature kindly yields, but fair grows and rich the soil, plowed deep by thought's unwearied toil in learning's broad domain. And where the leaves, the flowers, the fruits, without your watering at the roots, to fill each branching vein, welcome, the author's firmest friends, your voice the surest Godspeed lends. View the growing mind demands, with patient care the guiding hands through all the mists of morn, and knowing well the future's need, your prescient wisdom sows the seed to flowers in years unborn. Too young for love, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Too young for love, I say not so. Tell reddening rosebuds not to blow, wait not for spring to pass away. Love's summer months begin with May. Too young for love, I say not so. Too young, ah no, no, no. Too young for love, I say not so. To practice all I've learned in May, June soon will come with lengthened day, while daisies bloom and tulips glow. Too young for love, I say not so. Too young, ah no, no, no.
Under the Violets, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Hands are cold, faces white, no more pulse come and go. Eyes are shut to life and light. Fall the white weather, snow and snow, and lay over the violets below. Not beneath a graven stone, to plead for tears with alien eyes, as Linda across a wood alone shall say, but here a maiden lies, and peace beneath the peaceful skies. And grey old trees of hugest limb shall wheel their circling shadows around, to make the scorching sunlight dim, that drinks the greenness from the ground, and drop the dead leaves on her mound. Over the boughs the squirrels run, and through the leaves the robins call, and ripening in the autumn sun the acorns and the chestnuts fall. Doubt not that she will heed them all. For her the morning choir shall sing its matins from the branches high, and every minstrel voice of spring that trills beneath the April sky shall greet her with its earliest cry. When turning round her dial track eastward the lengthening shadows pass, and little mourners clad in black, the crickets sliding through the grass, shall pipe for her an evening mass. At last the rootlets of a tree shall find the prison where she lies, and bear the buried dust they seize in leaves and blossoms to the skies. So may the velvet warmth it rise. If any, born of kindlier blood, shall ask what maiden lies below, say only this: a tender bud that tried to blossom in the snow, lies withered where the violets blow. Under the Washington Elm, Cambridge, by Oliver Wendell Holmes. 80 years have passed, and more, since under the brave oak tree our fathers gathered in arms, and swore they would follow the sign the banners bore, and fight till the land was free. Half of the work was done, half was left to do. Cambridge and Concord and Lexington. And the battle is fought and won, what shall be told of you? Hark, 'tis the south wind moans, while the mare thrusts down. The mare was strewn your children's bones, it sprinkled with blood the cursed stones of a murder-haunted town. What if the storm clouds blow? What if the green leaves fall? Better the crashing tempest throw, and the arms of warmest cloud below, trample them one and all. When the battle is won, and the land from traitors free, a children shall tell of a strife begun when Liberty's second April sun was bright on our brave old tree. Union and Liberty by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Flag of the heroes who left us their glory, born through the battlefields, thunder and flame, blazoned in song and illumed in story, wave o'er us, although inherit the fame. Up of our banner bright sprinkled with starry light, spread its fair emblems from mountain to shore, while through the sounding sky loud rings the nation's cry, Union and Liberty, one evermore. Light of our firmament, guide of our nation, pride of our children and honor of the far, let the white beams of a full constellation scatter each cloud that would waken a star. Empire unsceptered, what foe shall assail thee, being the standard of liberty's van? Think not the God of thy father shall fail thee, striving with man for the birthright of man. Yes, if, by madness and treachery blighted, dawns the dark hour when the sword thou must draw, and if the arms of thy millions united smite the bold traitors to freedom and law. Lord of the universe, shield us and guide us, trusting we always through shadow and sun. A host united us, who shall divide us? Keep us, oh, keep us, the many in one. Up of our banner bright, sprinkled with starry light, spread its fair emblems from mountain to shore, while through the sounding sky loud rings the nation's cry, Union and Liberty, one evermore. Unsatisfied by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Only a housemaid, she looked from the kitchen, neat was the kitchen and tidy was she, where at her window a seamstress sat stitching, were I a seamstress how happy I'd be. Only a queen, she looked over the waters, fair was the kingdom and mighty was she, where sat an empress with queen's 4 daughters, were I an empress how happy I'd be. Still the old fragility we all of a trip in, even a daughter's is ever the same, give her all Eden she sighs for a pipe, and give her an empire she pines for a name. What We All Think by Oliver Wendell Holmes. When age was older once when now, in spite of looks ultimately shed, or silvered on the youthful brow that babes made laugh and children wed. That sunshine had a heavenly glow, which faded with those good old days, when winters came with deeper snow and autumns with a softer haze. That mother, sister, wife or child, the best of woman each has known, were schoolboys ever half so wild? How young the grandpapas have grown! That but for this our souls were free, and but for what our lives were blessed, that in some season yet to be, our cares will leave us time to rest. Whenever we groan with ache or pain, some common element of a race, our doctors think the matter plain, but ours is a peculiar case. That when like babes with fingers burned we count one bitter maxim more, our lesson all the world has learned, and men are wiser than before. But when we sob our fancied woes, the angels hovering overhead count every pitying drop that flows, and laugh us for the tears we shed. But when we stand with tearless eye, and turn the beggar from our door, they still approve us when we sigh, I had but 1,000 more. Our temples crowd with crumbled brick, our hanging truth's eternal flow. Their tables built with what we think, their echoes dumb to what we know. That one unquestioned text we read, all doubt beyond, all fear both. No crackling pile nor cursing creed can burn our blood as God is love.
Youth by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Whiling around the sunken wrecks, where old armadas found their graves, where slumber on the sleepy decks will foam and clash the angry waves. Up when the storm dust rends the clouds, and winged with ruin sweeps the gale, young feet must climb the quivering shrouds, young hands must reef the bursting sail. Leave us to fight the tyrant creeds, who felt their shackles, feel their scars. The cheerful sunlight little heeds the broods that prowled beneath the stars. The dawn is here, the day star shows the spoils of many a battle won, but sin and sorrow still are foes that faces in the morning sun. Who sleeps beneath your bannered mound, the proudly soaring mourner seeks, the garland-bearing crowd surrounds? A light-haired boy with beardless cheeks, 'tis time this fallen world should rise, and youth the sacred work begin, what nobler task, what fair prize, than earth to save and heaven to win?